Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shishmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, thank you so much, Mataji, for your warm and pleasant welcoming. And thank you, Shama Gauri Mataji, for that very beautiful chanting. This is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Once Kirtida Mataji comes, I request everybody to unmute and wish her.
Yes, Mataji. Sure. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and giving your sweet association to us. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shishmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Shishmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Shri Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Jai. Shrinda.
Hare Krishna, Brinda Gopika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and giving your association, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shishmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shrishmita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. This is Shivani from Ashwin, Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, is there anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We are so waiting for you, Mataji, to listen from you and wishing you a very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji. All glories to all your services.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Dear devotees, please unmute yourself.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Very, very happy birthday, Kirtida
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all so
Very
much.
happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank
Wish
you.
you a very, very happy Krishna conscious
Thank you,
birthday,
Pitambar
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
conscious
Krishna.
Thank you
Mataji,
so much.
Koটি Dandavat Pranam,
Happy
Jai Srila
birthday, Kirtida
Prabhupada.
Sundari Mataji. Hare
Dear
Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mataji.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See, everybody's singing for you so nicely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really blessed to be in all of your association.
And we are blessed to have your class all the time on Bhakti Sangha.
Yes, Mataji, truly. We are so blessed to have your association. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you for having me, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya khanda, 14 number chapter, sloka number 22-36. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving your valuable time and association to us on this mid-morning call and enlightening us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata. Before I hand over the call to you, Mataji, I would like to read today's quote of Srila Prabhupada, 18th April. I feel happy that even after my departure, things will go on. I am happy that I have got so many sincere devotees who will carry on. That is my happiness. Letter to Madhu Visha, September 18, 1974. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mataji. Now I will hand over the call to you. Over to you, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Sushmita Mataji. Thank you for your warm welcoming. Thank you each and every one of you for joining us in today's session of Caitanya Bhagavat. Really blessed to have all of your association and very, very grateful to each and every one of you. So we will start with our morning. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shrirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchatattvatakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavtaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaiva cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Guruve Gaura Chandrai Radhikaye Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaye Tad Bhaktaye Namo Namaha Anand Leelamaya Vigrahaya Hemabhadivya Chavisundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste आजानुलम्बित भुजौ कनकावधातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ जयति जयति देवा कृष्णचैतन्यचन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्यपवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्तेर्जयति जयति नृत्यां तस्य सर्वप्रियाणाम् मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you once again for your very, very kind association. And today we'll continue with our Caitanya Bhagavat. But I sincerely offer my obeisances to each and every one of you. Please shower your blessings, your prayers. Of course, on this day of mine, when my life started, but I was totally born in ignorance. But with the mercy of my spiritual master, got a little bit of light of knowledge, because of which I am here today. So all credit goes to my spiritual father, my spiritual master, and of course all of you because without all of your association, I would have not grown. A little bit, would have not been able to take even the baby steps in my spiritual life. And please shower your blessings so that I may speak something relevant to this subject matter in Caitanya Bhagavat. Not at all realized anything, but will be just speaking as a parrot, repeating the words of its master. So I'll be simply repeating the words of Shivindavan Das Thakur and His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which she has given a beautiful purpose to all these verses. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai, all the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai. So we have finished the chapter that entitled the liberation or the deliverance of Sri Jagai and Madhya. And today we have basically day before yesterday onwards, we have started the new chapter. The chapter entitled is Yamaraj Sankirtan. So we'll be continuing that chapter. So just a quick recap that how Jagai and Madhya, they were delivered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And finally, they were invited into the most confidential pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And those confidential pastimes were when Mahaprabhu used to perform his nocturnal kirtans at the house of Srivas Thakur. So Mahaprabhu invited them and they were allowed to participate in those kirtans, in those sankirtans. And to this, we ended the previous chapter. But in this chapter, Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur wants to describe that how when a living entity comes into this world. So first of all, the reason is because the living entity wants to separately enjoy separately from the Supreme Lord. Krishna bhuliya jiva bhoga vancha kare, nikatasthaye maya jhapatiya dhare. So the Maya immediately catches that living entity, provides the particular type of body, provides the particular type of subtle body, so that the living entity can enjoy, can do bhogavancha. Definitely separately from the Supreme Lord. So the living entity thus becomes conditioned. And that's why our Acharya says that they are Nitya Baddhas. Nitya Baddhas means that we are always bound by the pash, by the ropes of Maya Devi. And we are always into these acting through these three gunas, that is goodness, passion, and ignorance. And while acting in this way, we start considering ourselves to be the Ishwaras, to be the proprietors. And because of which we start doing certain activities. And those certain activities leads to further karmic bondage, because of which we have to take birth again and again in this material world without any break. In 8,400,000 species, we are forced to take shelter of one womb to another. So it is all the karma bandhan. It's all the bondage because of the karma, the activities we perform. And these activities are well noted by one of the servant of Sri Krishna, that is Dharmaraj, also known as Yamaraj. So Yamaraj, he doesn't do it personally, but what he does is that he has an agent named Chitragupt who has further servants, or you can say associates, who writes, who scribes, they are the scribes, means they note down, they document everything that we do. And there are other servants who bring all these details of every living entity to these people, and they further document it. All the good, all the bad. So everything is documented in the court of Yamaraj. So when Jagai and Madhai, before being delivered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and were engrossed in so many sinful activities, their accounts were maintained. And to such an extent that one day Vrindavan Das Thakur describes that how Yamaraj, he went to Chitragupt, his agent, his servant, and asked, how many sins have these two have committed till now? And what is the remedy for these sins? This itself shows that even Lord Yamaraj doesn't want anyone to enter into his court of law. He is not pleased. Even he wants that everybody should perform dharmic activities, should perform dharma, and should go home back to Godhead. He doesn't want that anybody should come to him. So he is also thinking, what is the remedy? What should we do for them? Because their sins are too much. And Chitragupt replied, what's the use? Because he asked, how many sins these two have committed? And Chitragupt said, it's impossible to describe. It's impossible to describe the amount of sins that these two have committed. And then Chitragupt describes that my scribes, means the Kayasthas, those who maintain the accounts, even if they, thousands and thousands of them, even they continuously recite for 1 month, still they will not be able to complete the task. That is the level of the sins that has been committed by Jagai and Madhai. And what to talk about that? Chitragupt said to Yamaraj, even if you hear with your hundreds and thousands of ears, still the whole account cannot be heard by you. Then he said, our servants, actually they go back and forth, they go and they finally go to these people and they tell them to document their sins. And they go and tell them to maintain the record. And these servants are every time chastised by these scribes also. Why they are chastised? Because they come and report and then they have to document. Other sets of servants have to document that. And they get so tired that they chastise those who bring the reports that why you are doing it. But they have to do, it's the matter of their job. That's what they are appointed for. So it has to be recorded. So this way Chitragupt is narrating the conversation that goes on between the two sets of servants, one set of servants bringing the record and another set of servants who are documenting that records. Because everybody is miserable just seeing these two rogues, these two people committing so many sinful activities. So with this, we also understand that in this bhautik jagat, in this material world, everybody is unhappy. Right? Even the servants of Yamaraj, they are also unhappy. They are also in this miserable state where they don't want to do anything, by which they feel that it's so much taxing. It's so much taxing recording and doing all this. So nobody is happy. This entire world is dukkhalayam, it is full of miseries. The only way to get out of it is to go to Vaikuntha, which is without any miseries. So anyways, this conversation was going on. And then finally Chitragupta, he revealed something. He says that now their record is so much that now it has become a big mountain. Big mountain has been created just by the record of these two, Jagai and Madai. So he said, oh, you are asking, oh Yamaraj, you are asking that how will they atone? Even we are shedding tears for these two because we also don't know that how will they tolerate the reactions. It's been said in the previous chapter, we have repeated so many times, that practically there was no sin left that these two have not committed. They were so sinful. Imagine. But then Chitragupta revealed something very nicely, and he said, but you know, Yamaraj, that within a moment, Mahaprabhu has freed them from all their sinful reactions. And previously I was worried that how will they tolerate the reactions of their sinful actions? But now I'm worried that what I should do with these records, because now everything is waste. Everything has become futile, no use. Because Mahaprabhu has freed them from all their sinful reactions. So now what I should do with the mountain of records that have been documented? Then as soon as Yamaraj heard this, he felt so happy and he said, well, I've never seen such glorious deliverance of fallen souls. They were the ultimate. Mahaprabhu, when he came as Lord Ramachandra, when he came as Lord Sri Krishna, when he came as Varhadev, when he came as Lord Nrsingadev, yes, so much deliverance happened, but mostly by killing. In all those avatars, in incarnations, we see that the liberation happened through killing. Krishna killed so many demons. Lord Ramachandra killed so many Rakshasas. Hiranyaksh killed, Lord Varaha killed Hiranyaksh. Lord Nrsingadev killed Hiranyakashipu. But these all were killed and then finally delivered. So yes, in the past incarnations, we have seen so many were delivered. Shishupal was delivered. Krishna talked about all the demons of Vrindavan. Then in Mathura, everybody was delivered, but they were killed and then they were delivered. But here he has seen, Ramiraj is saying that I've never seen such glorious deliverance, where the sinful person is not killed, but his sinful propensity is being killed. And that is the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, Krishna, when he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he practically takes a vow that in this Kali Yuga, while spreading this Nama Sankirtan, I will make sure that I will not kill the person. Because if I start killing, then every jiva in Kali Yuga is eligible to be killed. So he said that here onwards, I'll kill the sinful propensity that is growing in the heart of jivas, by which they will be delivered. And the classic example Mahaprabhu showed by delivering Jagai and Madai. Hearing this, our Yamaraj, he felt very happy and he said that this is the glorious, glorious, glorious deliverance that he has ever seen till now. Let me share my screen. I don't know. Yeah. Text 21, from where we are supposed to start. Swabhava Vaishnava Yama Murti Manta Dharma Bhagavata Dharme Rajaniya Sabha Marva. So now Yamraj himself is telling to Chitragupta that Swabhava Vaishnava Yama. Yamraj himself was a Vaishnava. Right? And Murti Manta Dharma, and he is the personification of religious dharma, religious principles. Bhagavata Dharmera Janya Sabha Marma, and he knows the confidential purports of the entire Bhagavad Dharma. Vrindavan Das Thakur is glorifying Yamaraj. That how Yamaraj by nature is a Vaishnava. And Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur quotes that Yamraj himself claims to be one of the Mahajan. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, he quotes this beautiful verse. So, Swayambhur Narada Shambhu, Kumara Kapilo Muni, Prahlada Janako Bhishmo, Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam, Dwadishyate Vignano, Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhata, Guhyam Vishuddham Durbodham, Yam Jnat Amritam Ashnate. So these verses were personally spoken by Yamaraj in the context of Ajamil's pastime. So we know in the Ajamil's pastime how Ajamil was also being born in a Brahmana family. Entire life he performed all those sinful activities. And then finally one day all the Yamadutas came to take the life of Ajamil. But then also he chanted the name of Narayan. Though he was calling out his son, but Narayan, being so compassionate, thought, no, he is calling out to me. And immediately 4 Vishnudutas came and they stopped Yamadutas to take away the life of Ajamil. Devastated, perplexed, bewildered, all these Yamadutas, they went to their master Yamaraj and they said, what is this? Till now we thought only you are the master. But what is this? Somebody else came in and they stopped us taking the life of Ajamil. Then Yamaraj actually spoke these verses. He says, Swayambhir Narada Shambhu, Kumara Kapilo Muni, Prahlado Janako Bhishmo, Balir Vaiskir Vayam. That means he's giving these 12 Mahajans. He's quoting these 12 Mahajans. Lord Brahma, Bhagwan Narada, Lord Shiva, the 4 Kumaras, Lord Kapila, Swayambhu Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Grandfather Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Sukdev Goswami, Vayam, and I myself. We 12 know the religious principles. Dwadashete Vijanimo. We know, we 12 of us, we know what we know. Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhata. We know what is the Bhagavad Dharma. We know the principles. And those principles are guhyam. They are confidential. They are vishuddham. They are so pure. But we know. We 12 of us know the real religious principles. And then Yamaraj himself said, Ajnat Atva Jnanat Uttama Shloka Namayat Sankirtanam Agham Pumso Dhayat Edho Yatha Anala. He says Ajnat, Agyanvash means out of ignorance, Atva Jnana or knowingly, with knowledge. So that means knowingly or unknowingly. Uttama Shloka Namyat, if somebody calls out the holy name of that Uttama Shloka, means the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and does Sankirtan. Sorry. and chants the name of the Supreme Lord. Agham Pumsam, that person, all the agam, all the sins that person has performed, Dahit Edho Yathanala, it gets burned into ashes, just like the dry grass. Either the dry grass immediately catches fire and gets burned into ashes. Sorry. Similarly, as soon as somebody chants Krishna's holy name, knowingly or unknowingly, agyanvash or jnanavash, the reactions of one's sinful activities gets nullified. So it's so important that Yamaraj himself is saying that please, here onwards, you make this point that don't bring such personalities to me. Because if somebody is chanting Krishna's name, excuse me for a minute, I don't know what's happened. I'm coughing a lot. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So he said that don't bring hair onwards. Anyone who is chanting Krishna's name, even though if they may be chanting with Nama Parad, Nama Parada Yukta Nam, Namni Eva Harantyagam, Avishranti Parayuktani, Tani Evarthi Karani Cha. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, even if somebody is chanting with aparadhas, with Nam Aparadha, even then that one mantra is enough to free us from all the sinful reactions. So we have already studied this, that if somebody is chanting Nama Parad, still the Nam will yield results. We may get material opulence, we may get material benefits, and with Nama Bhas, we get liberation, and with Shuddha Nam, we get devotion. So if somebody is chanting with Nama Parada Yukta Nam, Namani Eva Harantyagam, all the sinful reactions are also destroyed, provided that person keeps on chanting, not with aparadhas, but trying one's best to avoid aparadhas. If somebody keeps on chanting Aharnisham, day and night, then one becomes free from the one's sinful reactions. And we know, therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that no other method will help us to get liberation from this cycle of birth and death. Hare Ranam, Hare Ranam, Hare Ranam, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Katiranyada. So this is the benediction that has been given to Kali Yuga. Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva means there is no other method in this Kali Yuga. No other way by which we can get deliverance from this cycle of birth and death in this Kali Yuga. So even if one chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra offensively, one can avoid offenses by continuously chanting without deviation. It's not that if I'm chanting offensively, then I keep on chanting offensively only. Okay. We have read in Madhurya Kadambini also that to get rid of offenseless chanting is to keep on chanting. But this time, being more conscious of not committing any aparadh. Okay, so only chanting can help us get rid of offensive chanting. But we have to be this time very cautious, not keep on repeating what we were doing, but trying to improve in our best possible way. Otherwise, performing other Vedic ritualistic things, the performance of all other activities, whether it is sacrifice, austerity, charity, or any Vedic things, if we follow, that will not lead us to devotion. That may lead us to liberation. That may lead us to land up in some heavenly planet. We may go to some higher planetary system. But then what happens? Shinna punya marte lokam vishanti. As soon as the period of one's enjoyment in the heavenly planets gets over, gets terminated, one is sent back to the earthly planet. So we just go up and down. It's just the traveling thing. So what's the use? If we want to get rid, then we should go and chant the holy name of the Lord, which can purify us and make us eligible to go home back to Godhead. And that is the aim of life. That is our prayojana. Right? We first have to establish sambandha with the Supreme Lord. Then we have to perform certain activities, the process that is abhidaya. But our goal should be fixed. And our goal is going home back to Godhead. Or our goal is not going home back to Godhead. That makes us eligible, that becomes a byproduct. But our goal should be to always serve the divine couple. Therefore, he says, Yamaraj says that don't bring such personalities here onwards. Please bring me only those who are sinful. Je vahana vakti bhagavat guna namadhyam chetascha na smrati tat charanaravindam krishnaya no namati yat shira ekadapi tan anadvayam asato krita vishnu krityan. जिह्वाना भक्ति, जिसकी जिह्वा से कभी कृष्ण नाम ना निकला हो, a person who has never chanted even once, ekadapi, even once, if somebody has not chanted Krishna's name through his tongue, or who has not glorified Krishna's qualities, or who has never remembered Krishna's lotus feet, tat charanaravindam, well, they are the one who are actual candidates to be bring to this Yamaloka. So from here onwards, you bring only those who have not performed any of such activities and have wasted the duties of their human life. Bring those fools and rascals to me. That's what Yamaraj says. Right? Even Prabhupada in his famous bhajan, Hari Hari Bipale Janama Govayu, he says, Manushya Janma Paye Radha Krishna Nahi Bhaje Janiya Shuniya Vishkhaya. If after getting this human form of life and you have not worshipped the divine couple, then knowingly what we are doing, we are committing spiritual suicide because we are eating poison. Janiya Shuniya Vishkhaya. Jan bujkar. Knowingly we are eating sin. We are eating poison. And what we are doing? Not this material body. This material body is anyway perishable. But by not worshipping the divine couple, what are we doing? We are simply committing spiritual suicide. We are destroying ourselves. So this way, Yamaraj, Vrindavan Das Thakur describes that how Yamaraj is by nature a Vaishnava and the personification of religious principles. And he knows the confidential purpose of Bhagavad Dharma. Yakhana Nila Chitra Guptera Vachana Krishna Vesha Dekhe Para Shila Tatashana. As soon as Yamaraj heard the words of Chitragupt, what were the words of Chitragupt? Chitragupt said that till now we all were worried how will they bear the sinful reactions. But now we are worried that where should we throw the entire mountain of records, because it's all futile, because they have been liberated with the moment of association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as soon as Yamaraj heard the words of Chitragupt, he forgot due to love of Krishna. Krishna Avesha. Immediately he got reminded of Krishna. reminded of his supreme personality of Godhead immediately, and he forgot who was he, because he was drowned in that love of Krishna. So again, this point we have to note that these personalities, they are acting on accord of the direction of Krishna. But at the same time, they are not ordinary personalities. They are always in Krishna wish. They always remember Krishna. Here and there, some things are performed by them, like we see Brahma Vimohan Leela, like we see Indra getting so much of pride by showering the thunderstorms, the rains on Vrindavan and troubling all the Vrajavasis. Here and there we see. But these are not ordinarily, living entities. They are the chosen ones by Krishna, where they have been designated some service by Krishna. They are working under the direction of Krishna. So similarly here, our Yamaraj, he forgot himself, that who was he and what is he supposed to do. But as soon as he heard the deliverance of these two sinful rogues by just a moment association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he immediately forgot himself and he was drowned in that love of Krishna. To an extent that Padila Murchita Haya Rathera Upare Kathao Nahi Kadhatu Sakala Sharire, that he got murchit, he got unconscious on his chariot, and he lost all the sign of body life. Means his body, Yamaraj's body, lost all the sign of life, as if he's lifeless, he's no more, he left his body. So this way he got so much unconscious after hearing. And then what happened? Athayavate Chitragupta Adiyata Gana Dhariya Lagila Sabe Karita Krandana. And all the associates of Yamaloka, headed by Chitragupt, they quickly came and they grabbed Yamaraj. They grabbed hold of him. And then Karite Krandana, and they also started crying because they didn't know what to do now. They also thought that Yamaraj is gone. And now what to do? So they were holding on to his body and they were thinking now what to do. So they also started crying. And then what happened? There were many demigods who also heard the glories, the deliverance of Jagai and Madai. And they want to personally see what's happening on the earth planet. What a glorious deliverance has been performed. So they were all on their raths, all on their chariots, going to Prithvi Lok, going to earth planet, to themselves witness this beautiful, glorious deliverance of Jagai and Madai. Sarvadeva rathe jana kirtana kariya rahila ya mera yatha shoka kula khaya. So they all, Sarvadeva rathe, all the demigods were traveling on their chariots. And what were they doing? Kirtana kariya, and they all were singing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as soon as they reached near to Yamaloka, Yamaraj's chariot was not at all moving because everybody was crying there. Everybody was crying there because they thought that Yamaraj has left. So why his chariot was not moving? Shokakula Hayya, because all those who were present on that chariot were filled with lamentation because Yamaraj was lifeless. Dui Brahma Asurera Mochana Dekhi Yase Guna Karma Sabha Chali Lagai. After seeing the deliverance of the two Brahmana demons, actually everyone was glorifying the nature of that pastime. And because of which all the demigods thought that let's go and witness personally what is happening on the earth. So Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur writes that the demigods and demons are ascertained according to the qualities and activities. So in Bhagavad Gita, we have the entire chapter of demoniac and divine qualities. So the demigods proceeded while singing the glories of how the good qualities and the service attitude of Lord's devotees free that demoniac people from bondage and engage them in the service of the Supreme Lord, who is the reservoir of all good qualities. So we have already discussed that till now in every incarnation, Krishna has personally killed and then delivered, but only in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's case we see that he comes and he just kills not the person, but he kills the sinful propensities, the demoniac propensities that is there in the heart of the devotees. And then what he does, he frees them from the demoniac people, from that bondage, and then he further engages them in the service, in his own service, in his Nija service. He engaged. Nija Seva, he engaged everybody after extinguishing their demonic propensities. So the soul's qualities and activities, however, are spiritual. If the qualities and activities of liberated souls are glorified, then living entities are freed from the conditioned state. So Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is writing that actually every soul is Satchidananda. Every soul is glorious. Every soul has only good qualities because they are part and parcel of that Supreme Lord. Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Then how come that Satchidananda soul develop all these demoniac qualities? It's all because that Satchid Ananda soul try to identify itself from the body that the soul gets. We misidentify ourselves. I am this, I am this. We develop all those isms, nationalisms, patriotism. I am born attached to some country, attached to family, attached to one's parentage, and then finally getting attached to one's own ego. So all these qualities, what happens? The Satchidananda soul is taken into account. Because that soul is now identifying with the body, then loses its Satchidananda character. Loses all the characteristics of being Satchidananda and start associating with this body and thinking oneself to be this body. Like we see the example that how Indra, when he was being cursed, he was sent to this Martya Loka to become a hog. And then Brahma comes and says, and it's enough, Indra, enough. Now you come back and hold on to your Amravati and start ruling again. But because that Indra start associating with that hog body, start thinking that why I'm so happy with my sheep, pig, and I'm so happy with my piglets. I don't want to go. I'm enjoying the stool and urine here. So this is how Indra, having the position of a king of heavenly planets, feels happy in hog body. Similarly, we, Satchidananda soul, being part and parcel of that Supreme Lord, are now thinking that no, I am happy in this material world, because we start associating ourselves with this material world. This world should be a foreign body for us, but we think this is our home. And that Vaikuntha is far, far, far away from us, not realizing that actually that is our real home and this is a foreign thing for us. So we start associating. And then Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur says that if that soul somehow realizes Brahmande Brahmite Jive Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija, if somehow or other, after roaming in these Brahmandas, in these 14 planetary systems, the soul comes in contact with the pure devotee of the Lord and gets this devotional seed, then all the contamination goes away. And then one is freed from one's conditional state of mind. So this is how, seeing the deliverance of Jagai and Madhai, everybody was glorifying. Not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they were glorifying Jagai and Madhai also. They were glorifying their fortunate position. Like on Monday, Srikant Krishna Prabhu, when he was giving this class, and he was telling that people try to become self-realized. Atma Sakshatkar kab hota hai? Either through sadhana, one's own sadhana, but a little amount of kripa is always needed. But this is the case of Jagai and Madhai, where their sadhana was nothing, but only and only kripa. Only and only kripa. And that kripa made them kripa siddha. Because of that kripa, they became siddhas. So Jagai and Madhai are the classic example. Yes, we all fall in this category of kripa siddhas. But even after not siddhas, but kripa sadhakas we are. But still we are expected to perform certain sadhana in order to become a siddha. We have not right now become siddhas. We are still sadhaka stage. But it is all because of the mercy of our spiritual master and the mercy of Krishna. That at least we got in touch with the spiritual life. That is more important. Till now we have been wasting our life. But now at least we got a taste of it. But here onwards, we have to start working on it in order to become a siddha. But the case of Jagai and Madhai was totally different, because Mahaprabhu was personally present, and by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, they were immediately transformed. But then they also have to repent. They also have to do certain atonement, and that we will see in the next chapter, that how wonderfully they were performing Vaishnava Seva. Because Mahaprabhu told them, I'll deliver you both, but you make sure that here onwards you will not commit any sinful activities. So that promise Mahaprabhu has already taken. Okay? So this is how all the demigods, they were glorifying this pastime, and they want to witness. Who all were there? Vrindavan Das Thakur describes. Shankara Virinchi Shesha Adi Deva Gana Naradadi Gaya Sei Duera Mochana. The demigods, they were headed by Shankar, Lord Shiva, Virinchi, Brahma, Shesha, our Shesha, and Adi Deva, and Narada, Naradadi, and all other. They were glorifying the deliverance of the two. Duera Mochana. Mochana means to get liberated. So they were glorifying, and they want to witness. Keha na janaya ananda kirtana karunya dekhiya keha karaya krandana. Some of them have never experienced such ecstatic kirtan, because this ecstatic kirtan was specially there for the age of Kali Yuga in this earthly planet, in this karma bhumi. So they have never experienced such ecstatic kirtan, and now they themselves are performing this kirtan. And because of which some were crying, Karunya dekhiya kiha karaya krandana. And seeing the compassion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some were crying, some were absorbed, some were experiencing the ecstatic nature of kirtan, and some were simply crying. रही आछे यमारथे देखा देवा गणा रहीला सकला रथा यमारथ स्थाने. So what happened? The demigods, as soon as they were planning to go, they all were on their way to come to this earthly planet to witness. Somehow they came to Yamaraj's loka, and they saw that Yamaraj is lying unconscious on his chariot, which had stopped because it's no more moving. All the associates in Yamaraj's chariot were lamenting. And they also, seeing the situation of Yamaraj, they all stopped their chariot there. शेषा अज भावा नारदादि ऋषि गणे देखे पड़ी आचे यमा देवा अचतेने अचेताने अचेत अवस्था में देख के seeing Brahma unconscious, lying unconscious, Shesha, Brahma, Shiva and various other headed by sages headed by Narada, they saw Yamaraj. That Yamaraj is lying in an achet avastha, lying in unconscious way. Vismita haila sabhe na jani karana. They were not able to understand the reason that how this has happened. Chitragupta kahi lena sabha vivarana. And then they asked Chitragupta. And then Chitragupta explained to them everything. That this is how Yamaraj was inquiring about these two. And then I told them, and then Yamaraj felt unconscious. So all of them understood. And actually, it's not that Yamaraj has left his body, but because of ecstatic moments, Yamaraj is lying unconscious. Krishna Vaishahani Jani Aja Panchana Karna Mule Sabha Mili Kharaya Kirtana. So now all the other demigods were not, they didn't start crying. So normally it happens, right? If somebody comes to us and they're crying, and then we also start crying with them. That's our nature. But the demigods, they know what has happened to Yamaraj. So yes, Yamaraj associates they didn't know what has happened to Yamaraj. So they started crying, but all other demigods, they know what has happened. So Brahma and Shiva realized that he has absorbed in love of Krishna. They know Krishna Vesha Hena Jani Aja Pancha Anna. So Aja is Brahma because he is unborn. And Panchananan. Anand means face. And Pancha means 5. So who has 5 faces? Our Shiva. He is known as Panchamukhi. So Karana Mule, they know the root cause of Yamaraj's fainting. So Sabhi Mili Karai Kirtana. And they all chanted in the ear of Yamaraj. So in this regard, I was just thinking there is a very famous bhajan also. It's by Lokanath Swami Maharaj. He normally sings. Chaturmukhe Brahma bole Chaturmukha Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Mahadeva Panchamukha Rama Rama Hare Hare. So he normally sings this, that how Brahma with his 4 faces, Chaturmukha Brahma bole, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. And Mahadeva Panchamukhe, Mahadeva has 5 faces. So he is also saying Rama Rama Hare Hare. So all of them, they know the condition of Yamaraj. So they all started singing the glories of holy name into the ears of Yamaraj. So how Chaturmukha Brahma bole and Mahadeva Panchamukhe, they also say, and all other demigods, they also sing the glories of Krishna. So we'll see the Praman also for this, but let me first finish this. Uthilena Yamadeva Kirtana Shuniya Chaitanya Paiya Nache Mahamata Haya. As soon as they chanted the name of Krishna in the ear of Yamaraj, hearing the kirtan, Yamaraj got up. Uthilena Yamadeva Kirtana Shuniya. As soon as he heard the name of the Supreme Lord, this kirtan by the 4-headed Brahma and the 5-mukha Shiva, he got up. He regained his consciousness. Chaitanya Paya means that he gained his consciousness. And Nache Mahamattahaya, and he started dancing like an intoxicated person. So that's how our Yamaraj is. Uthila Paramananda Deva Sankirtana Krishnera Aveshe Nache Suryera Nandana. So beautiful. He's saying as the ecstasy of the demigods Kirtan intensified, because demigods, they didn't even stop. Okay, Yamaraj, you got up, you regained your consciousness, but they didn't stop. They started their Kirtan, and the Kirtan was intensifying. Normally we see the kirtan also, it starts with a very slow note, then it goes to a madhyama level, and finally it gains to its highest pitch. So the demigods were also intensifying their kirtan, and they were seeing Yamaraj dancing. And they say Krishna Aveshe. So this being absorbed in the love of Krishna, Nache Surya Ranandan, because he is the son of Surya Dev. So our Yamaraj is the son of Vivaswan. So this phrase Surya Nandana refers to Yamaraj, the son of sun god. From the material point of view, we see that he gives reward and punishment to the uncontrolled and materialistic persons. But as he heard the ecstatic kirtan, he had the opportunity to forget his mundane position as a demigod, and thus became intoxicated with love of God and began to dance emotionally in the loving mellows of Sankirtan. So seeing Yamaraj, we should also learn some lessons from this. Yes, we are here in this world. First of all, we should have not taken it as an opportunity to come to this material world. We would, when this choice has been given to us, we would have gone to Krishna. But we made a wrong choice. We landed in this material world. After coming to this material world, we have been wandering in this 84 million thousand species of life. Then what is the use? But finally, don't know the reason, but somehow we got this human form of life. And after getting this human form of life, we should feel ourselves so fortunate, so grateful that we come into the contact of Krishna conscious movement. We came in contact with the pure devotee of the Lord, by which we got to know the value of human form of life, by not wasting on those mundane things, but using every second in Krishna conscious way. So after coming this and getting realization of this human form of life, still we have to perform our mundane activities. We have to perform, or we have to maintain those relationships in which we are in, which is okay. Just like the demigods, they are performing their duties, they are performing their responsibilities. Yamraj has given such a heavy task where he has to give the punishment to the all uncontrolled and materialistic persons. He has to punish them. But still, when it comes to Krishna Kirtan, he forgets. He forgets and he dances in ecstasy. Same case ours should be. Yes, we have been given these responsibilities. We have certain relationships which we have to maintain, which is okay. We have to do it, but in the light of Krishna consciousness. And when it comes to Kirtan, we should forget and shamelessly we should dance. We should not worry who is watching me, who will pass on comments to me. Forget. If we are still into that thought process, that means we are still in that bodily conception of life. Irrespective what is happening, when it comes to special days like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, or Gaur Purnima, or our Nityananda Triyodashi, or Nasimha Chaturdashi, when these special days come, when we get an opportunity to perform Kirtan, Sankirtan, we should perform and we should dance. Intoxicatedly we should dance. Not being oblivious of what is happening around me, what people are thinking about me. Because now, at least for that moment, we should forget our external identities. And we should remember Krishna. This is what Yamaraj is teaching us. As he heard ecstatic Kirtan, he had the opportunity to forget his mundane position as a demigod. He forgot what it is his position. And thus, being intoxicated with love of God, he started to dance in the loving mellows of Sankirtan. Yama nritya dekhi nache sarva deva gana, naradadi sanga nache aja panjanana. And his dance was so contagious that when Yamaraj was dancing, all the other demigods were enthused to dance along with him. They forgot that they were supposed to go to Bhulok and see and witness, but they were so much engrossed seeing the dance of Yamaraj, and it was so contagious that emotion rubbed on them, and they all started dancing. Who all? Brahma, Shiva would dance with personalities like Narada. They started dancing. And now Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that this dance is so glorious. The dance of all the demigods together dancing, forgetting their position as a demigod, getting totally absorbed and intoxicated in the love of God. They were dancing, so definitely that dance is not an ordinary dance. That dance is the supremely glorious dance. And therefore, our Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, Devagana nritya shuna savadhana haya ati guya veda vyakta karibena hiya. That hear attentively from here onwards, though we will stop at 36th verse. But he's saying that here onwards, I'll be describing you the dance of all the demigods, all the sages who were present there. And this dance is not an ordinary dance. It is Ati Guhya. It is very, very confidential. It has been revealed in the Vedas. So please hear that very attentively. And you also get engrossed in that dance. Be the part of that dance, the way the demigods were dancing. We'll stop, but I'm so much tempted to read one verse that next verse. So I'll just sing this verse and then we'll stop. Nachaya dharma raja chhadiya sakal laja Krishna vishe na jane apanasan. Hariya Shri Chaitanya bale ati dhanya dhanya patita pavana dhanyavana. So our Dharmaraj is dancing. Chadiya sakala laja, leaving all his shyness. Shamelessly, he is simply dancing. Krishna vishe na jane apanasan. And he is forgot himself. Who is he? And in that Krishna wish, in that love of God, he is dancing. And not only dancing, he was remembering. He was doing smaran. Ati Ashri Chaitanya. He was remembering Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Jagai and Madai. So he's saying, Ati Dhanya Dhanya. Wow, all glories, all glories, all glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is known as Patita Pavana Dhanyavan. He is the munificent deliverer of the fallen souls. So this way, this entire section, another 20 verses, and we'll finish this chapter. It's all about the dance of different demigods. All the sages, Narada, Sukadev Goswami, who was not present there, and they all were dancing. And Vrindavan Das Thakur is glorifying it so nicely. So we'll stop here, and I'll just share one beautiful verse by our Sukadev Goswami, who says that these demigods, they actually perform kirtan and they remember the Supreme Lord. So this is, I don't know whether I'm sharing or not. No. This is actually Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter, it's the canto 12, last verse, and then we'll end. Yeah, glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the very first verse, Sutta Vacha. So our Sutta Goswami is saying, Yam Brahma Varudendra Rudra Maruta स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यास्तवे वेदे साङ्गपदाक्रमापनिषदे गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततत्कतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Very beautiful verse, and this Sutta Goswami is saying, Devaya Tasmai Namah. I offer my obeisances to those who are glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yam Brahma, Brahma means Lord Brahma, Varuna, we know Varuna Dev, Indra, our Indra, Rudra, Maruta, all the wind gods, Tunvanti Divyastave, they are singing the glories, the transcendental prayers. Through their prayers, they are glorifying the Supreme Lord. And they are not just glorifying out of their own whimsical thing. Vede Sangapada Krama Upanashader Gayanti Yam Samagana. They were singing the glories that are written in the Vedas and the Upanishads. They were singing, and their special padakrama, their special arrangements means they were singing in proper chandas and their proper meters, and they are glorifying. Dhyana avasthita, and dhyana avasthita tat gatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. And not only that, they are fixing their mind also upon them. So they are glorifying and they are also fixing their mind. And those mystic yogis, those mystic yogis who see Paramatma in the heart, they are glorifying that. Yasyantam na vidhu sura sura gana. They are remembering that Supreme Lord, jiska koi ant nahi hai, Yasya, that Supreme Lord, Antam, who has no end. Na vidu, they do not know. Sura sura gana, all the demigods and demons, they are singing the glories. And so he's saying, I pay obeisances. So Sutta Goswami said, unto that personality whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra, Marutas praise by chanting the transcendental hymns and reciting the Vedas, will all their corollaries, Padkramas and Upanishads, to whom the chanters of the Samaved always sing, whom the perfected yogis see within their hearts after fixing themselves in trance, in absorbing themselves within him, and whose limit can never be found by any demigod or demon. Yasya antam na vidu sura sura gana. All these demigods and demons cannot find the limit to that Supreme Lord. Unto that Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead, I offer my humble obeisances. So everybody sings, this is the praman. We see that these demigods don't see that's the external bewilderment that we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, but actually they are always engrossed in Krishna wish. So what is happening is that Krishna, through his own devotees, teaches us that how Maya can be so strong. Through his own devotees, Krishna teaches us. So they are just becoming the nimit matram, in which with Krishna explains the entire world, that even getting a position of Indra, even getting a position of Brahma, one can be bewildered. So we have to be very cautious. But otherwise, all these demigods are personal associates. They are personally represented the Supreme Lord. They are the representatives of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has personally empowered each and every one of them. So they are very, very glorious. Okay, so thank you all so much. So we'll stop here. Mancha kalpatarubhishcha kripa sindhuveva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much Mataji for the wonderful, wonderful class Mataji. It seems like that you never stop. You will keep on listening. Thank you so much Mataji for the nectarian class. Okay, Mataji, with your permission, can we go for the question and answer session, Mataji?
Mataji, sure.
Mataji, before we go ahead, who all missed wishing Kirtida Mataji, please do wish her. Today is her birthday. And besides that, we have a surprise on the call. We have Her Grace Kripa Mai Sita Mataji, and guess who that is?
Dr. Karpagavalli Mataji, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. So happy, Mataji. It's a wonderful news.
Mataji on Vamana Jayanti and on
Awesome.
Vamana Jayanti.
So happy for you, Mataji. I'm so happy for you.
Mataji, thank you.
Well-deserved Diksha, Mataji. Well-deserved Diksha.
Thank
You
you,
make
thank
the
you.
best use of it is what we know.
Thank you, thank you. I
My
was longing for this. I was learning, and by God's grace, by Krishna's grace, one day I got it, Mother. Suddenly, I was preparing. They told the exam and all, and in Visakhapatnam I got Mataji. I'm from Tamil Nadu. Visakhapatnam, my brother is the Diksha, the Siksha Guru for me, and he only arranged for me. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you all.
Who gave you this glorious name?
Huh?
Who gave you this glorious name?
The Prabhuji, that Guru Maharaj, no, there. The temple president, the Guru Maharaj. Nishkinta Channa Dasa, Visakhapatnam, ISKCON temple, Mataji. Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, I think Mataji is asking who your spiritual master is.
Guru Maharaj is Nishkinta Channa Dasa, Mataji. Prabhu, Guru Maharaj.
Nishkinchita.
Nishkinchana.
Jai. So happy for you, Mataji. So happy. Finally. Finally, your art and desire connected.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for the very, very beautiful class. Very inspiring. We could visualize how Yamaraj was dancing and how he fainted, and then how all the demigods came. And I like the fact that you said that when we are crying, when somebody's crying, we also join with them and cry. But in this case, that didn't happen. That was so sweet. Anyway, so nice, Mataji. The whole class was very nice. It was like a visual in front of our eyes. Thank you. And that's all, Mataji. No questions. Yeah.
Today's class was only for relishment.
Yeah, like today. The day of today is only for relishment.
Thank you, Mataji. Pitambar Prabhu, would you like to go ahead and ask a question? Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I am not qualified to ask any questions. I just want to glorify Mataji's class, if you allow me. Thank you so much, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. First of all, again,
thank you so much.
Wish you a very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday. And I agree with Priti Vilasani Mataji. It should continue, Mataji. This should, that's such a sweet mellows we were enjoying. We could see the Sankirtana happening in front of our eyes. We could see Brahma, Shiva, everybody dancing in ecstasy. And we wanted to participate in that ecstasy. But this clock, 12:15, I don't like that, Mataji. But Krishna says, allows me, you know. Mataji.
But thank you so much, Prabhu. And you were able to visualize it's because of your sincerity.
No, everybody, Mataji, everybody was visualizing. They are confirming. So I didn't wanted honestly to stop this class. And you also took up that 37 number, you know, which was so nice. I mean such an ecstatic dancing and that joy. We all want to participate, Mataji. So
the rest of the verses are beautiful verses, Prabhu. Whosoever is taking class tomorrow, it's awesome verses and everybody will enjoy. Your dream of participating in Sankirtan will come true.
Haribol. Thank you again. Danvats to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your blessings, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Indulekha Mataji, would you like to go ahead? Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Sushmita Mataji. And I was not able to attend the class completely, Mataji, so I'm sorry for that. I'll go back and listen to the recording, but just wanted to wish you on this a very wonderful day, Mataji. Thank you so much for coming and giving a class on your birthday. You made it possible for everybody to wish you. So very happy for that. And congratulations to Kripamai Sita Mataji. We noticed in the morning and we are like, oh, this is Karpagavali Mataji. When did she get initiation? So very happy that you joined the call, Mataji. We knew you wouldn't miss today's session and you wouldn't miss joining the call for Kirtida Mataji.
Definitely. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare Krishna. Mataji, in the chat also, Harita Mataji is wishing you
Yeah.
very happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you
Basu-
for all your blessings, all your wishes, all your prayers. So, what I'll say is, I'm made up of all of your mercy. If you all would have not been there, I would have not been here. So, it's all because of all of you. And keep showering your prayers so that I can fulfill all the vows to my spiritual master. And I should never let his head ever down because of me. So, please pray. Please pray for me. This Maya is really very, very strong. And it can capture any one of us at any moment. So definitely I need all of your prayers so that I can keep up to all my vows.
Thank you, Mataji, for your such humbleness. You are inspiring us every day, Mataji, by such words. Thank you so much. I can see one more hand raised from Basundara Mataji. Mataji, would you like to go ahead, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji's special Dandvat pranams to you on the special day. You know how much I adore you. I mean, I don't know how to express, but I'd like to sing a small birthday wish for you. If all the Vaishnavas on the call allow me, please.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
जन्मदिनमिदं है प्रिय सखे जन्मदिनमिदं है प्रिय सखे शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् प्रार्थयामये भवशतायुषी प्रार्थयामये भवशतायुषी ईश्वर सदा त्वां च रक्षसु ईश्वर सदा त्वां च रक्षसु पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जये पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जये जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम्. Hare Krishna. Though I wish that this life should be sarthakam, but you already done it for yourself and for all of us, Mataji. You're such an inspiration to me. I'd like to be always in your association. Whatever it might happen, please keep in your prayers so that I'll be in your association and we'll be able to sustain and practice KC properly and grow. Thank you again for your association. Always an oral retreat to hear you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for singing such a beautiful song and showering so many prayers and blessings through this wonderful song. Thank you, Mataji. Your voice is really so sweet.
Thank you so much, Vashundara Mataji. Thank you. Akshay Prabhu, would you like to go ahead, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I want to dedicate a tune to you, which I heard from His Grace Vashisheka Prabhu. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Since Prabhuji already gave this obeisances to all the Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, all the Vaishnavas, so we'll end up here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you, Sushmita Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji, for such an enlightening class today. We are very, very grateful to you and look forward for your association again in the future. So, with this, dear devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Mataji and all the devotees. Vancha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
namo namaha.
Anantakoti
Koti Vaishnava
Vaishnavrind
Vrind
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Srila
Prabhupad
Prabhupada
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Chaitanya Bhagavad
Grandma
ki jai.
Chaitanya Bhagavata
Our
ki
Grace
jai.
Kirtida Sundari
Nittai Gaur
Mataji ki
Premanand
jai.
Thank you,
Hare
Gaura
Krishna.
Jai.
Gaur
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Hare
Krishna.
Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Kassis birthday.
We don't want to leave, but we are leaving. Hare Krishna. Take the call here. Very good. Oh yeah, by the way, let me show. Oh, she went? Okay. I thought I'll show everybody on gallery.